Hey everybody, welcome to the CLT Life. I'm your host, Jimmy Grappone, and today I'm with Carlos Hernandez. He is the owner of multiple restaurants in the Charlotte area.
Yes, sir.
And yes, I want to get to know you a little bit more and get to know a little bit more about your restaurant. So I know you have a full-service steakhouse, right?
Yes.
In Kannapolis, North Carolina, and then you also have a Mexican restaurant, and you got your start with the food truck. So tell me a little bit about your journey.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's been it's not easy, but I feel like if you work for it, and the end the results comes out. So yeah, we start with the food truck, and then we put everything on it, like work, passion, faith, and then we just work every day, consistency.
So how did you get started? So you started your food truck in 2018, you said?
Yes.
So how did you start that? Like, what was the vision to come up with that idea? Like, what were you doing before that made you decide, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to open up my own business.
So I was working for this company who owns like 7 restaurants.
Okay.
They start with one when I start working for them. I know that guy, the owner. He's a great guy. Like everything I know, I learned it from him.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like, he's a great leader. So I was like, like hanging out with him, watching him, talking to him, make me feel like he was just like a normal person.
He was your mentor.
He was my mentor.
Yeah.
He was for real. And so what motivates me is like, it was like seeing him, and I was like, if he can do it, I can do it.
All right, so you're telling me about your mentor who kind of showed you that you could do this.
Yeah, because like I said, he started with 1 restaurant, and then 6 years later, he was having 7.
So when you started out, did you start out in the kitchen, or what type of work were you doing at the beginning?
I started in the kitchen, just like a cook, line cook.
Okay.
So I learned every single position, since a salads person to cook on the walks and everything. Then after that, I get the opportunity to be the manager.
Okay.
And to get involved a little bit more, like in numbers, money.
So that taught you how to run the business.
Yeah, because pretty much that's what I was doing for him. And then I was like, I feel like I can do this for myself and start making, a little bit more money, more money.
Right.
Definitely. And and also I do it because I do it for, it's somebody else that it's a woman. Woman that makes me, pushing hard all the time just to be successful, to be to have more business, to be a better guy. Mm-hmm. It's always, I think she always motivates me.
Yeah, it usually is that way when you find a good partner in life. It's somebody that makes you want to be a better person. And I know myself. I'm a married man, and we have a 2.5-year-old son, and being married, but also parenthood. Also. And you're probably not quite there yet. You're a younger guy, so that's amazing. So it's 2023, so you're 27 years old. So you're
37, yeah.
How old?
37.
37 years old.
37.
Okay. You look like you're 27.
I get that a lot.
I really thought you said 27 years old. Okay.
Yeah. People told me I look like 20, 28, 26 sometimes. And I'm like, well, that's good. But now I'm 37. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you started off the food truck about 5 years ago, and then that led to opening a restaurant of your own. How was that experience?
It was exciting, but I was kind of like afraid at the same time. Because when I started the food truck, the goal was to open a restaurant one day.
Okay.
But at that time, the money wasn't there to open a big restaurant like that.
Right.
So what I do, I was like, let me start with the food truck, because the inversion it's small, and then I started working hard every day for like 2 years straight, because I think it's the consistency what it makes your business to be
successful
and great. So then having in my mind all the time that idea to open a restaurant one day, because I feel like you have to have the vision first to then become to reality.
Yeah.
So that was the vision, and then working with the food truck, then I meet people, and then I start talking to people about, hey, you know, my plans is to open a restaurant, blah blah blah, and then one day finally I meet someone in a great location, and I talked to him about the dreams and the projects and all this kind of stuff, and he was like, you know what, it's in a space right here that's for rent, and I feel like it's a great opportunity for the restaurant. And then I get all excited, and I was like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
So he take me, we'll see it, and then, you know, that's how I start all the dream. Like,
So did that place become the Chophouse?
that place become the Chophouse.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a restaurant before, but they closed down.
Okay.
So it was a space closed down for like 2-3 years. And then I went in, look at it. I see all the potential on that little town, because it wasn't nothing like that over there.
And this is in Kannapolis, right?
This is in Kannapolis
Okay.
downtown. Yeah. Kannapolis downtown is growing a lot. Like,
Yeah. So there's a baseball stadium down there, right?
we're right in front of the baseball stadium.
Okay,
like
great.
the baseball stadium is right there. Like we're right in front.
And this is the perfect time because baseball just started, so you're about to get really busy, I think.
Yeah. We always busy because we're the only full service restaurant in Kannapolis downtown.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was usually fast food around.
Okay.
And then, so everybody from there, when they want to have a nice dinner, they always have to drive to Charlotte, to Morrisville, Huntersville. But now that we're there, now everybody just stay there because people like to support local.
Absolutely.
And that's what I do. That's what I do. I feel like it's important to support our local business because we grow together, and then they got the same dreams like us.
Yeah.
They want to grow. They want to be successful. So it's just like a circle. Like you support me, I support you.
Exactly. That's so I love supporting local businesses, and one of the cool things about the Charlotte area is, you know, in Charlotte we have there's big restaurants and big companies. There's also different neighborhoods that have local businesses and restaurants and retail stores, and there's also a lot of small towns in and around the Charlotte area. So Kannapolis being one. You also have down in the area where I live around Waxhaw. So Waxhaw is a small town. You have Matthews, you have Belmont, you have Fort Mill, Huntersville. There's so many small restaurants where a lot of these small restaurants are great places for local businesses, local restaurants to take off and to really thrive. So I have another question too. I'm just interested. So with your heritage, your Mexican heritage, when did you have a history in your family and your upbringing of being an entrepreneur or anything like that? Did you have anything that modeled that for you growing up, or is this something that you just kind of took on yourself?
It's something that I just take on myself, like, and it doesn't come until I was like 27.
Okay.
Yeah, because I come from a very poor family.
Okay.
And
this is in Mexico. You grew
Mexico,
up.
yeah.
How old were you when you came to the States?
I was 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, and then I was just coming for just few years because my plan was I have a small goals, which was just like come to US, make money, build my house in Mexico, buy a car, and then come back and have a better life in Mexico.
Right.
So that was my plan at the beginning. But and then with the time going, everything changed, and now I'm staying here. Now I feel like I'm from here now.
Yeah.
Because I've been living here for like 18 years already.
So that's like one of the things that's really motivating that I hear you talking about is setting goals, and a couple things that you did. So I feel like you kind of stack your goals. So you say I want to start with this thing first, and I really want to go all in, and I want to make sure I get that, and then once I have that and I have that foundation, then I can conquer the next goal, and then the next goal, and then the next goal, and then also the way you essentially spoke it into existence. And so I mean, it's something that opening a business, that's not something that you can do just on your own by yourself. You can't. if your goal is to open a business, you can't just keep that inside, or it's never going to happen, right?
Yeah.
You need to talk to people. You need to tell it. You need to put it out there in the world, and then those opportunities come along. If you talk to enough people about it, which you were telling everybody that was your goal, was to open up your business, and then one day you talked to this guy who knew about this space in Kannapolis, which led to it. If you had kept your dreams hidden or quiet, or just had even if you just had your food truck, which is a success as well, you could have continued that. If you never told anybody that you wanted to open a restaurant,
That's right.
it might not have ever happened, but you spoke it into existence. You kept talking about it, and someone came along to help out. So so you kind of answered one of the questions that I always try to end my interviews with, which is about why supporting local businesses. And that's because you're growing together with the small town. But is there anything else that you'd want to add about that? Or why should people come to your restaurants? And you have two. So we talked about Chophouse.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about your restaurants, your two restaurants that you have, and why people should come.
Okay, so we have this new one, which just opened last week, which is the hot tamale. It's the same menu where we opened the food truck.
Okay.
Now we put it into a small shop, and I think it's a great location. We're right inside of the mall.
This is at Northlake Mall, right?
Northlake Mall.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the food court.
So it's in the food court. So it's a big challenge, but I think the team is ready to make this place successful. It's not easy, but I think we can get there if we put the work, consistency, customer service. I think that's what the three things that we always focus on, and that I always talk to the team is like customer service. That's one of the important things. Second thing is the food. You gotta be consistent every day. And the third thing is just work with I don't know how you say, but like happiness. Like everything needs to run smooth around, because that's what's one of the important things. So I always like to keep the team together, like work together, be strong. That everybody can just become one person, and make the place grow. And I feel like for us it's very exciting to open this local brand, because I feel like this is not just me. It's just for everybody. Like, because I'm not the only one who make these places grow. It's the customers. Like, I can put out there good food, a good name, but if the customers doesn't come or they don't like it,
you have to have good employees. You have to have good customer experience. If someone goes to a restaurant, and even if the food is good, but if they have a poor experience with the server, then they're going to bash the restaurant, and they're not going to come back, and they're going to go on social media and tell everybody they had a bad experience. Right. But with social media these days too, people love to share their positive experiences too. I'm sure people are always taking pictures of their meals and sharing them. You're telling me about your social media following as well. How do people follow you and keep up with your story on social media?
So what we do is we try to keep people posted, exciting about new specials, and social media is the best way to communicate that we out there,
right,
with our new food, with the new menus, and then that's what we do. I think social media is very important for businesses to grow. So we always tell people, hey, give us a follow.
And what is your social media handles? How do people follow you?
For the Mexican restaurants, I had Tamale CLT.
At Hot Tamale CLT, okay.
Tamale CLT. For the Chophouse, is Chophouse 101.
Chophouse 101, okay.
Yeah, those are two social medias. We got Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
And every news, like for specials, drinks, food, they always there. Locations.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, Carlos, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and telling your story to the CLT Life audience.
And thank you for inviting me.
So definitely, we love supporting local businesses. Make sure when you're out and about and you're exploring the Charlotte area, take a trip to Kannapolis. If you're not in the Kannapolis area, take a trip up there. Check out Chophouse Restaurant. We also have hot tamales at the Northlake food court, and I'm sure there'll be more locations coming in the coming years. So we'll keep an eye on that.
That's the project. Like we want Tamale to be like a franchise that born in Charlotte, North Carolina. I feel like that can be a great feeling. Something that is local can be successful and then has many locations around Charlotte. And then we can go outside.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, one step at a time with big dreams.
Yeah.
Hey, Carlos, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Thank you so much for the time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Awesome. Hi, I'm Jimmy Grappone, and I'm a local realtor with JPAR Carolina Living Real Estate, serving the Charlotte real estate market. All right, I've got 5 reasons that any active realtor in the area or any new realtor should consider joining JPAR Carolina Living Real Estate. And I'm going to try to tell them to you in 60 seconds or less. Reason number 1 is the commission structure. You just can't beat 100% commission plus paying a small transaction fee on each closing. It's way better than paying 20, 30, 40, 50% to another company or to a team. Reason number 2 is the tools and tech. So we have KV Core, we have Hurdler for all your business expenses and mileage, we have Dot Loop. All this is accessible on a central hub that everyone has access to. You also have access to the firm's calendar, you have national trainings, all kinds of stuff on there. Reason number 3 is the leadership and culture. So we have amazing BICs. We have multiple brokers in charge actually that you can reach out to at any time with questions regarding a deal, and they're all very experienced. You get great information, great advice. But also agents have a voice. So JPAR was originally a firm built in Texas, built by agents for agents, and the model has been so good it's expanded across the country. So as agents, we actually have a voice in changes at the local level as well. The next reason is the mentorship and constant training opportunities. So we have a mentorship program where more experienced agents can actually mentor less experienced agents and help them get their business off the ground. We also have constant training opportunities, both at the national level, so there's online trainings. There's also access to David Knox trainings, to Travis Robertson. Sometimes we'll get Tom Ferry trainings as well. But there's small groups, there's ways to get connected and ways to continue learning, because in real estate, if you stop learning, you're gonna fall behind for sure. But we also have local training as well, whether that's at our bi-monthly meetings or other trainings that are created by other experienced agents and the brokers in charge. My last reason is flexibility. So Charlotte, JPAR Carolina Living actually has 4 offices. We have 1 in Asheville, 1 in the Raleigh area, and 2 in Charlotte, both the North and South Charlotte offices. I live in the Charlotte area. I actually live in South Carolina, and I'm licensed in both states. And when I go to the office, I go to our South office, which is in the Pineville area. But the great thing is I have access to both offices if I ever want to meet a client or go to a meeting there. But I also have the flexibility to be able to work out of the house with all the tools and everything that I need. So if you're thinking about changing real estate firms, or if you're thinking about getting into real estate and getting your license here in the Carolinas, let me know. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'll answer any questions that you have about JPAR Carolina Living and even my experience working at other firms. You can contact me directly via phone call or text at 704-313-8514, or you can email me at jimmygrapponerealtor.com.